Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another episode of Free Pattern Friday. Yes, Free Pattern Friday. I love Free Pattern Fridays, and so do you apparently, because you watch these the most. So today we're going to cover a really simple beginner-friendly block called Jewelstone, and it works great with a dark, a medium dark, and a low volume, right? So we just have, or light, you could call this light if you wanted to. But yeah, it's going to be very quick, very simple, and so much fun to do. But first, let's do our shout outs. Our shout out today is Quilting Curve Studio, and Sam there is just doing some amazing long armor, and you gotta go check her out. I don't give the long armors enough shout outs, so I think I should this year, because once we finish a quilt, we got to do something with it. And if they can teach you something about free motion quilting or long arming, so be it. That's all good. So when you see what you like over there, and share, like, and subscribe, and tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. The other thing is what we're doing, other than the cutting instructions in Sam's YouTube link, you're going to find Zoom sew dates. Now, a Zoom sew date is usually the first Saturday of the month, but we've got the dates listed out below, and as soon as we get the camping for the grandkids all organized through the summer, then we'll post them out for the rest of the year. But put them down on your calendar and come bring whatever is inspiring you. Not necessarily something I have put out on my channel, but what you're happy with doing and what you're having fun with. I tend to bring stuff that's a little easier to work on, so I get a chance to talk with everybody and, kibitz, and, we just, sometimes I don't get a word in, but that's okay. It's a great place to come hang out. And if you don't feel like sewing that day and you want to bring your knitting, bring it. It's a great place. Share, like, and subscribe if you can. Put a comment down. Commenting and sharing and liking also help our analytics, and that helps us give you more free, fun content. And getting the word out that, like, I make charity quilts. So yeah, that's great. We also have a Facebook group, and we have, in that Facebook group, the members are allowed to go into a virtual sewing room hosted by Discord. And the ladies and the members that gather there, they just have a good time in there. And we also do fabric exchanges by country, and there's numerous other community chats. And it's just, we have so much fun in those community chats. It's great. And we do all the same things Facebook groups do, like share pictures of completed projects, ask questions, all that kind of stuff. We're warm and welcoming, and we're just having a lot of fun. I speak for free. I speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds, and it's my way of giving back to the quilting community. I talk to them about elements of design, working with scrap fabric, and making charity quilts. So if any of you, those topics are what you or guild want to hear about, please put my name forward. I'd be happy to try and accommodate them the best I can for speaking engagement. We've got a couple of fun things coming up. One of them is Spring Fling with Strings. Now, I'm not going to give dates yet or anything. And the other one is Quilt Bingo. So ask in the comments, tell me which one you want first, right? The Spring Fling with Strings, and yes, we're going to use our string fabric, or do you want Quilt Bingo? That would be so much fun to kind of take a little census of. We're filming this January 13th, so hopefully I'll get both of them ready. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Anyways, I think we're done. Come on in, let's get to the sewing. Okay, here we are at the sewing machine. Well, first off, what we're going to do is we're just going to do these stitch and flip corners. Now, I am using the wrong side of this fabric because I think it gives the right, muted quality to what I want, right? So I'm just like, I decided, all right, I'm gonna go, I have washed both sides of my fabric, and I'm going to use the wrong side, and that's allowed. Sometimes you need just a bit more muted color, and it's important that you do get that muted color going. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other one. Oh wait, I should do this one first. There we go. Get this out. Here. So that's the right side of that. It's too bright or too much going on. So I decided to mute it just a bit to get that, nice soft silhouette of color. Oh, come on. There we go. Wow, this thing will not hop over that edge. There it is. I bet I'm going to have issues with that. Okay. Well, we'll see. Now, we check for coverage. Yes, we are good. Well, I'm just going to cut this off. Yes, I'm going to hold it as a leader ender. And now I'm going to put the other one on. This is actually the hardest part of this block, and it's not hard. Really, guys, it's not hard. And it's just you have to, you know, lay your fabric out. I got hubby to put in a crease for me so I can follow along, you know. And there it is. I wonder if that one, now see that one pushed everything together, so sometimes you can just pull it out. There it is. Pulled out, stretched out beautifully. Yes, I have coverage. Take this off. And you're making, you don't have to measure this. It's like a 1/4 inch-ish kind of a thing you're doing. And you get the last one on here. And there we go. There. There. Okay, don't give me any trouble. Now it's not giving me trouble. Yeah, okay. Sometimes these decide they're just going to be difficult. So, and there you go. Okay, yes. I have coverage. There we go. And I'm going to put that like here, right? And I'm going to start running these through just because I can. Okay. There we go. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Now, I'm going to put this on the other side. There we go. Now, I'm going to change feet, and you guys are kind of wondering why I'm changing feet all the time. When I'm doing anything where the thing has to lay flat, like these, you know, flip and stitch corners or foundation paper piecing, I choose a foot I have better vision on. The 1/4 inch foot, actually, that I have for this machine is an after purchase, you know, like I purchased it off Amazon. It would fit in any slant shank machine. Now I'm going to run all of these through the same way. There. There we go. Okay, now let's get this block started together here. I have a bunch of leader enders here too, so I have all sorts of stuff I can do. Now, there we go, and press to the dark, finger press to the dark, and right like that, I have two very cute quarter square triangles, just like so, and I can run through. And then I can, you know, sew them into something else or use them as part of orphan blocks or something, right? So now I'm going to do the other side of this. There we go. So the trick with this block, like I could have went with a navy center, a darker blue but not as dark as navy along the outside edge, and then I could have, you know, and then just a low volume or a light, right? But you want to pick a really dark and then a medium dark, right? So it would fall, this kind of falls the darkest of the mediums. So that's always a good one to think about. Now, the blues would look more like a sapphire, you know, a dark sapphire. The reds would look more like a ruby. So think pearl tone, like jewel tones, right, when you're doing this block, because this one is actually, it's so simple. So anyways, now I'm just pressing away from the center because that's easiest. Now I'm going to pull this down. This is one of these blocks that you build by framing, you know, numerous rounds or frames around. And all I'm going to do is match up this other end down here. Matches perfectly. And with that, I have 2 perfect quarter square triangles, just like that from a leader ender project. The edges are all biased, by the way, so don't be tugging and pulling too hard on this thing until you have a chance to sew it around. And I'm going to put a leader ender through here just to make sure that we get that off. There. I have another leader ender project right here. And we're just going to press that out with my fingernail. It's a really nice batik, right? Yeah, the beginners are asking for easier blocks, but, you know, and this is a good block for if you wanted a fast quilt. You know, you could change the outside this instead of a 2.5 inch, make it a 1.5 inch. It'd be a smaller block, but you'd certainly use up lots of excess little bits in your fabric stash, right? That would be perfect. You know, it's there. Now, so there. So I'm putting it so these long seams are offset to this, right? Okay, so now we're gonna do the outside edge and match up the corners. I got this fabric donated and it's been in my stash forever. And I'm like, okay, it's gotta go. Sometimes, I just lost Bob and Chicken. Sometimes when I go through my stash, I look for stuff that's been sitting around. Okay, and then what can I make with it? What can I do to move it out? And that sometimes is really important when you're trying to manage your scraps. Because stuff that sits around and gets too old looking, it you know, you can't, you can put little bits and bobs of older fabric into quilts that you donate, but if all of a sudden you're putting it all in, it's like, yeah, you really notice that you're putting all this old fabric in. Okay, so let's start this again. Okay, and I just do back stitch a bit. There we go. Like what, 2 stitches backwards. There we go, nice. Okay, then I'm gonna trim that off. And here we go. Another leader ender. I have so many of these. Just so many. Okay, now we get the other one down. And this is the right side. Yeah, I like this fabric on the back side better. It's kind of a more muted, washed out, you know. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And I do count this one this way. That is low volume. I count it because it has a white background. But some people would put that one in as a color. I don't know what color they would put it in because it's pretty, there's a lot of different colors in there. So another leader ender. But just so you beginners know, you can use both sides of the fabric. It's okay. There we go. There. Now we do the long one here. I'll just get this board out of the way because there. And one more. Let's do a long one. There we go. And I line up the other end because I don't have any nesting I have to do. So I just line it up. And there we go, another leader ender. Yeah, I went through, I've been doing a project and I've been using my white crumbs or my low volume crumbs. So I've been working through them and I'm just like, wow. I might as well start sewing some of this stuff together because it's too small for anything that I'm going to be doing. So, oops, I need to go this way. Okay, I'll line this up with the outer edge. There we go. Take this now and line this up. what I'm doing is I'm easing in a block. If there's anything that's a little out, the feed dogs will do the job. And then the bigger one goes on the bottom. If there's something that's a little wrong, it's okay. Your feed dogs know what to do, and they will ease in your block to make it fit. However, I wouldn't... Oh, I got a bunch of stuff falling now. Oh, no. Okay. That's the right side. There we go. And I'm just going to run a leader ender through here real quick. Okay. Now, this. Okay, I'm just going to give it a quick finger press, and I'm going to show you the back. Now, the back all gets pressed out away from the center square, including the triangles, right? Including the little triangles. Then the next round of low volume also gets pushed out. This way the block lays the flattest, okay? So, let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here's our cute little Jewelstone. Like I say, when you're doing this block, it works great if you're doing like jewel colors, you know, so that you get that real Jewelstone effect. And I thought, oh, this would be so cute. Let's just go for it. And with this, I also got two cute little half square triangles that I'm going to be playing with here. Not for this block, but, you know, doing something else with it at some point. And putting them into an orphan quilt. I do hope you give this a try. It was so much fun to bring you this idea today. And I hope everything's going great for you in your sewing room. So stay well and take care until we see each other again. Okay, bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!